Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm playing along with my Counterfeit Kit challenge and doing August Forgeries on the 4th. You can see my write-up on the blog and this is the inspiration from crafty templates that we're using. And I'm going to do some of those two-tone letters. As a couple titles, I'm going to do some fruit and some backgrounds. So I'm going to start with the two-tone title and this one says Perfectly Imperfect. And then this one says, be real, imperfect. And then just looking at, be real, not perfect, sorry. And then gonna get that on my platform because with the two-tone, I want to be able to stamp multiple times. And so I could do this a little bit differently than what I'm doing. With the second ones, I do the yellow first and then the red instead of the red and then the yellow, because then my yellow gets a little bit orangey, and it's fine. And it'll literally be fine. You can see here in a minute that it's still yellow. But doing the yellow first actually makes a little bit more sense. So, and then I'm going to do this other one as well. And I don't know where my squishy thing is. I cleaned up my room and magically I don't know where everything is. Isn't that always the case? Oh man. So there we go. Those are really cute. I'm going to do them again, but I'm not going to make you watch them. And so there we go. Be real, not perfect, perfectly imperfect. And those handwritten ones in this $6.49 in Market set do have a die. So I'll show you what I do with the die here in a minute. I'm not going to cut them all out because I don't want to lose the bits. And so this is Lumberjack Red, and I'm doing packaging technique in little splotches because I'm going to use that cherry and the strawberries on this to make some embellishment die cuts. And yeah, I like the way this looks, so that's why I'm doing it. So I did those. I'm going to do some picked raspberry. When I was playing around trying to decide what I wanted to do, I did do some in the festive berry too. So there'll be 4 of the large, and this is the festive berry just going on as another layer. Some with just the festive berry with the large strawberries in the pictures at the end. But so I'm going to put that away to dry. Oh my goodness, me? Dry something? And then using the mustard seed and the fossilized amber to like work on this piece of paper. And I was thinking I was going to do like something similar and cut these ones out. And then I'm like, let's play some more. Let's squish more. And let's do some more. And then it's just going to be like completely covered with some white bits of cardstock hanging out. This is this one right now that I have is regular cardstock. The one I'm doing right now that's holding the moisture really well is watercolor cardstock. And then I'm going to stamp. So here are the cherries, and they're going to go on that lumberjack red plaid. Lumberjack plaid red. I can speak. And then I'm just angling them where I want the cherries to be, knowing that is where I'm going to see most of the red color. There's a little overlapping on one of those berries, but that's not, or one of the leaves, but that's not a big deal. And then here's those large ones. You see that saw that I put some of the gold on one of each of these lines. And then I'm going to do the little one. And the little one I didn't do any playing with before, so I'm going to just do all of these in little. And I'm going to do 2 on each splatter, but those first 2 didn't stamp very well, so I'm going to put a little bit of foam underneath. And then they do a lot better. So I'm just going to do a couple per. And then I'm going to finish that off screen because that's really repetitive. And then I'm going to cut these into strips. And I cut them this way so that I can use the dies and I can use the more amount of dies at once than if I cut them the other way. So you see what I mean. So I'm going to pull all the dies out. I love that the $6.49 Market come with the envelopes. So I just dumped them out, and so I'm going to do like so. So the strawberry goes on, I find these easier to line up if you line up the bottom curve first and then the leaf, and then I'm going to use a little bit of washi to adhere into place because they will move, and I did all that work and I don't want them to move. So, and these ones cut super close, like, oh, super close. They're gorgeous. So there we go. And that one, there we go. Like, look at, there's like hardly any layer around those. And then I'm going to cut all of these strawberries out. And then I'm going to move to the other strips and cut all those out. And then this is my last one. Because, yeah, this one has a little bit of the gold on it for that cherry. And then one more strawberry. And then all the strawberries that were mostly done worked out really well. And then here are the titles. And then trying to line up this Be Real is not going to be real. So I'm going to line that up and get a piece of scrap, and I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to show you what I do to do the letters for these like really tricky dies that you can't really see. So that is going to come out. Now I have a white Be Real, and I'm going to line up the piece that I just cut, and I'm going to put this, line it up, and then I'm going to put the die inside. And then it's going to line up perfectly, and I could see where it goes. I'm going to line it through, and then I'm not going to do it with the other one yet, because now I have some little pieces that I don't want to lose. So, so that E I definitely don't want to use, and that R and the B will probably be harder to keep together, but I have them. And so that's going to go away. This is going to go away. And now I'm going to play with putting stuff away for some of it. And then I'm going to bring out that yellow piece of paper, and I'm going to do a pattern stamp and stamp a background on here. So I was thinking maybe of cutting these all out, but I really like how this goes on, and I could use it as a piece altogether, or I do have enough room that I could use the dies if I wanted to. That one was not staying where I wanted it very easily, but so I'm going to stamp, archival ink, and stamp, and ink, and rotate, and stamp, and I'm going to do this all over this piece of paper. And you could do this on a 12 by 12 really easily, and it would make a stunning background. So this might be a piece that I use as a layering bit. I can still cut out these lemons if I want to, but aren't they gorgeous? Oh, so pretty. So, yay. And just filling in some of the blocky bits. And there. And here. Like so. And one more. Or two more, I guess. And then that one's done. And then I decide I want to do one more, showing you some of the bits a little fast. And then I did do some yellow ones with the lemons that are all cut out too, but I can do more of those later if I want to. And I'm going to do a background. So I'm just clean up my mess a little bit. I should put that black ink away. And there's my reel right there. So, yep. We'll see. Do I put that away? Do I have to go fix that here a second? So I'm just checking this in on the back side of this to see what it looks like. And then I'm just going to line it up, and away we go. And so this is mustard seed. There is a piece of paper in the kit that is pink with yellow hearts. If you wanted your yellow hearts to be more yellow than orange, because these come out a bit orangey, all you have to do is mix this with some white texture paste or cream paste and then put it through your stencil. It would need you to dry it or wait a bit. I don't wait very well, so I decided to use just the ink today because I don't wait very well, and I already waited for the one, so yay me. There we go. Here we are. And then on the bottom here, and then I'm just going to repeat. This goes pretty quick, so I did keep this in. Lining it up, making a mess, lining it up again. And then I'm putting the ink right on the stencil with my ink pad and then using my brush because I was getting a little bit better coverage that way than doing it the other way. Either way works. This uses a little bit more ink doing it this way, but it does get a really good coverage. So, and this bit, and then the edge, because I want it to look like it's going off. And same thing. And one more, and then I'm just going to go around the edge with my brush just to smear it up a little bit. And that's pretty cute, and I like it. And that was a Hip Kit Club stencil with those hearts. And here we have some close-ups. So those are the berries. You can see the festive in there as well. The picked raspberry with the small ones. You can see some of the ones that have the gold on them too. And the two titles. And my yellow stuff. All those lemons. I do have some black and white ones too. And my background. So thank you so much for watching today. Make sure you go over to the Facebook group and see what's going on there and check out the blog. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate this. Subscribe if you're new here, like and comment. Thank you so much. Have yourself a wonderful day.